Hi, my name's Corey. Have you ever thought about what it would feel like to be able to give and receive love unconditionally? It's something that I've thought about for a long time. The first time I think I really felt unconditional love was when my son was born. He was born blue, so in that moment there was a lot of people in the room and a lot of noise, but the only thing I wanted to hear was that cry. And when he let go and cried for the first time, it filled my heart with joy. It was the first time that I really felt that deeply connected with another human being. Unfortunately, it was just a moment in time. I carried myself with a lot of anger in the world. I had these wounds from my past and I was just carrying them with me all the time. Our emotional baggage is something that has a massive influence on our capacity to be loved, our capacity to love others, our partners, our children. And over the next 8 weeks, I'm going to share with you some of my wisdom around breaking down what it looks like to start connecting in with yourself. So we start by understanding our values. If we don't know what our values are, how can we actually live in those values? We talk about healthy versus unhealthy habits. There's a spectrum. And we live in healthy habits and unhealthy habits at different times. The challenge is when we have unhealthy habits, often it's coming from a childhood wound and we judge that from an adult's perspective. And that really keeps us stuck in that emotional pain and turmoil and repeats the cycle over and over and over. We'll talk about emotional regulation. I have this process that I call the love bubble. So when I was in my car, I used to be so angry all the time. And I thought, where is a situation I can actually control this on my own in a controlled environment? And in my car, when people cut me off, I used to get angry. So I started shifting that from anger to frustration to curiosity. And that made a massive difference across all of my relationships over time. So I started being that way in all of my relationships with everybody. When things go wrong, we get to choose whether we respond or whether we react. And that's what emotional regulation is all about. We often wear masks. So there's a week that we'll talk about the mask we wear. What are we hiding? Why can we not be our real self? Or what can we let go of? Which is the following week after the mask. What can we let go of to be who we want to be? Then we look at a vision. We start looking at who do we want to be? We'll go through a meditation. How do we want to show up in the world? Who do we want to be for ourselves, for our partners, for our children, for all the people who are in our communities? And in the last week, we'll talk about honouring. Honouring is a really beautiful process. I took a bunch of dads and some kids out from my school on a camp. And on the last day, we had an honouring where the dads just had an opportunity to tell their kids what they thought of them, tell their sons how much they love them. And it was a really powerful situation for the children and for the dads to be able to just experience giving that unconditional love, and for the children to be receiving it. At the end of each session, it's not all about me, it's going to be a Q&A, so there'll be an opportunity to ask questions. We'll jump into what I call a circle, and we'll have a conversation around what you want more information on, what resonates, what doesn't resonate, and why is that happening for you. So this 8-week series is going to be a really powerful opportunity to connect in and look at what's working in your life, what's not working, and how you can massively improve your relationships with everyone around you. Thanks for watching. I hope to catch you on the series. Bye.